Say hi from Cherish Math. Today I'm going to solve for the value of x for this equation x to the power of 4 minus 6x squared plus 24x minus 17 is equal to 0. As we have seen here, it doesn't look like a quadratic equation because the power for the x is actually power 4. And I have to turn it into the quadratic equation in order to solve the problem here. In the next step, I'm going to add up something, this part here, which is easily can be offset. And why am I doing so is because for this part, I can work out the factorization easily, while the rest here, I will just have to sum it up and to work out accordingly. So this is the part where I have factorized. And for this part is going to be with this part. It's because I sum up something here. And the next step, I will need to factorize 2 from this portion. And this is what I get. I keep going. In the bracket here, I factorize it to become 2x minus 3, close the bracket, square. And now I will have to factorize in the next step. After running the work of the factorization, this is the result. And the square root here for 2 is simply because when I use it to multiply with this part, that is going to produce 2, because square root of 2 times the square root of 2, we're going to get 2. And the rest will just have to follow. I'm now taking for this part to solve the problem. This is the thing after the expansion of the highlighted portion here. And now I will have to use the so-called discriminant in the quadratic formula to find out for whether the value of x is solvable or not. And this is the discriminant of the quadratic formula. I will fill up b, a, and c into this expression. And this is what I get, and keep on to expand it. And the next step, I'm getting here the value which is less than 0. And we know that any value comes in the form of negative, the square root of it is undefined. So we have no solution for this portion of the solution, and we have to abandon this part. And I will be focusing the next part, which is here. For the second part here, I'm going to use the blue pen to describe it. Expanding it, this is what I get. And the same thing I'm going to use is the discriminant that I've used earlier. Substitute the value of b, a, c. This is how it comes. Expanding it, and now rearrange after the summation, I'm getting 4 plus 12 square root of 2. And this value is larger than 0, which gives us a positive value. So the value of x in our case here is solvable. For the value of x is solvable for this part. So my work here is to focus for this portion. And to find out the value of the x here, I will have to use the quadratic formula, which is x equal negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And I'm going to fill up for the value of b, a, c in this equation in order to get for what is the value of x. And that is negative 2 square root of 2 plus minus the square root of, I will have to just pick up the discriminant that I got it earlier here and substitute it, divided by 2. I need to simplify this equation. The first thing to do is factorize this discriminant. And after that, I can solve it easily by divide by 2 here, and here is going to be 1, here is going to be 1. So this is what I get after the simplification. And I solved the problem. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.